time can get up. You couldn't say nothing. You had to sit in the seat, and then the person would face you and then get right in your face, and they can say anything, and you had to take it if you wanted to stay, or you get kicked out. And there's many people, and that was a process. And then they voted whether they wanted to keep you or not, or whether not keep you, or whether they wanted you to stay. I remember one time, and after that, after about 4 or 5 people got in my face, and and I was just in denial, and in recovery, but still thinking I was better than everybody else. And I remember there was a couple of guys that had an alternative lifestyle. They were gay, and I remember I gave them a hard time. They were the first ones that got up and got in my face, because their thing was, okay, we may be gay, but we ain't go out and use. And some other guys, got up, and then all of a sudden I remember me just getting angry, and when it was my turn to talk, I screamed, "I'm an addict! That's what addicts do! What does addicts do? They use!" So I started yelling and cussing, "So get off my blanket, but because that's what I do." I didn't ingrain, and I believed that, look, since I'm an addict, y'all telling me that I'm an addict. You seem to go to all these meetings, and I'm an addict, and then all of a sudden, I'm doing what? I'm doing what addicts do. So leave me alone. That was a powerful, as I think back on that, because I had just got to the point was, if I continue to mess up and use and stay clean for a while and go back, and I'm like, you know what, then I'm engraved. That is what I'm destined to do. I am just delegated to this lifestyle. I can't change. But I realized that God had gave me a new name. Turn to Hosea chapter 4. Look at Hosea chapter 4, verse 17. I think it is verse 17. Hosea's in the Old Testament.
Chapter what?
Chapter 4. Look at Hosea chapter 4, verse 17. Somebody read that.
Hosea 4:17.
Yeah.
Ephraim is joined to idols, leave him alone.
Yes. Ephraim is joined to idols, leave him alone. I'll give you a little background there.
Israel, the northern kingdom.
Exactly. Ephraim was like one of the 10 tribes. Basically, Ephraim, in many times when they went to the northern kingdom. So Ephraim basically is the same as Israel. And God is saying here that, look, Israel or Ephraim is joined to idols, leave them alone. Basically what God is saying, look, they have forsaken me. They are just insistent on worshiping idols after all God has done for them, after all he did for them, loved them and cherished them, led them out of the wilderness, gave them manna, took care of them, brought them out of Egypt. And he says, Ephraim is joined to idols, leave them alone. In other words, they're so dedicated. They have turned from me so much. They want the idol worship so much. God is saying, you know what, let them go. That's God's love for us. God will get to the point in your life and in my life where we say, look, I love drinking, I love drugging so much, I love it, and we'll forsake everything else. That there's a point where God's love will even say, you know what, that's our choice. He'll let us alone. No more warnings, no more hitting rock bottom. No more somebody saying, why don't you get to the point in why don't you get it together? And I almost got to that point. You ever got to the point where even the people that's over the years and telling you and praying for you will just stop? You ever got to that point, they don't even fuss at you no more? You in jail, you get drunk, you on another binge, and it gets to the point where no one now is even saying anything. Have you got to that point? Ephraim is joined to idols. Leave him alone. Ephraim had forgotten about God's love for them. Ephraim had forgotten about their first love. Revelations also talks about those who have forgotten their first love. How many, even before you got wrapped up in the destructive lifestyle, had a relationship with the Lord?